everyone, welcome to Have You Heard? And today, as you can see, it's a Beatles day, and we're going to be taking two songs off of A Hard Day's Night. There we go. My pristine copy of It's a Hard Day's Night. Now, why A Hard Day's Night? Well, people who follow the Beatleverse will know that the 6th of July is a hugely important day in the Beatle history. It was the day in 1957 that Paul met John at the Walton Church parish fete, where the quarrymen were getting ready to do their set. Paul introduced himself to John, and eager to impress John, he did a couple of versions of Bebopalula by Gene Vincent, and an Eddie Cochran song, 20 Flight Rock. That was it. He also showed John and Eddie Griffiths, who was the guitarist as well in the band, how to tune their guitars. They didn't know how to do that. They'd always got somebody else to do it. So that was 1957. 7 years to the day, the Hard Day's Night movie premiered in the London West End. Exactly 7 years to the day. Can you believe it? So we're going to play two songs from A Hard Day's Night. We're not going to play the well-known ones, the title track or Can't Buy Me Love. We're going to play the two best other ones, in my opinion. We're going to do You Can't Do That, it's a John song, and we're going to do Things We Said Today, a Paul song. We'll talk a bit more about that afterwards. But let's get our headphones on and ready. We'll have a quick word in between songs. Just before we start, though, I would just like to let everyone know to please go and look at our Patreon channel. Everything on Patreon channel is free to look and listen to and enjoy while we generate more content in Patreon. So that there's something worth getting involved in. So please have a look at our Patreon whenever you get a chance. There's 4 full albums. There's some other songs as well. So have a good look. Oh, excuse me. But first of all, we're going to be doing You Can't Do That from the Beatles.
Something to say that might cause you pain. If I catch you talking to that boy again, I'm gonna let you down and leave you flat. Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that. Well, it's the second time I caught you talking to him. Do I have to tell you one more time? I think it's a sin. I think I let you down, and leave you flat. Gonna let you down and leave
I love the last little piece of guitar. It's the best part of the song. It's so, so good. And it's those little technical things that they did, either at the beginning or at the end of their songs, that just made such a difference. Um, Totally unique. Um, a really strong song. John's belting it out, and Paul and George are banging out the backing vocals as well, really shouting. It's a little bit like Twist and Shout, maybe not quite as extreme as Twist and Shout, but they're really going for it. John's got some strong words to say about the lady of his life. You can't do that, but it's very interesting in that Beatleologists all point to this song as kind of like a song that signified how important this album was to John Lennon, because the boys had started writing solo. They weren't writing together anymore. And of course, on this album, the lead single off the album, of course, was Can't Buy Me Love, written by Paul. And it was the first number one they had that was written by Paul. And John saw this as a bit of a threat, his perceived leadership. And he was the leader of the band in the early days. I mean, I told you the story. Paul's desperate to impress him when they first met. And so, yeah, John was beginning to get a little bit rattled. Paul was starting to write really good songs. And so he kind of took advantage in this time period. Paul had just met Jane Asher, and he was falling head over heels in love with Jane, and took his eye off the ball a little bit in the writing for this particular album. Because, of course, the first 7 songs on the album are in the movie. The final 6 songs are just album cuts. But it was the first time all 13 songs had been written by the band. And so John knuckled down while Paul was distracted with Jane. And he wrote 10 of the 13 songs here. Really trying to sort of re-stamp his authority, if you like, on the band. So You Can't Do That could almost be, it could almost be aimed at Paul. I'm the boss here still. Anyway, that's You Can't Do That. The second song we're doing is Things We Said Today, which, as I said, is a Paul McCartney song. Although the delivery and the melody of the song is very much a John kind of song. Not so much melody, a lot more horizontal, but it's Paul, and it's a really good song. So let's go on, carry on with Things We Said Today.
You say you will love me if I have to go. You'll be thinking of me, somehow I will know. Someday when I'm lonely, wishing you weren't so far away, then I will remember things we said today. You say you'll be mine, girl, till the end of time. These days such a kind girl seems so hard to find. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just the lucky kind. Love to hear you say that love is love. And though we may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, girl. Be the only one. Love me all the time, girl. We'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming, say, then we will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just the lucky kind. Love to hear you say that love is love. And though we may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, girl. Be the only one. Love me all the time, girl. We'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today.
Oh man, I can never get it right. When I Get Home was just about to start. Please let me know in the comments your memories, if you have any, of this particular time. I was very nearly 11, I was 10, but I remember my parents took me on holiday to the seaside. We went to Weston-super-Mare for a week. We had some family there. And so, yeah, it was around late July, I think, or early August. And of course, A Hard Day's Night had premiered on the West End on the 6th of July. And of course, it just was blanket coverage. It was a huge success. It was, I mean, the movie, if you've seen the movie, it was done on the cheap. It was filmed quickly. The band wrote songs for it quickly. They expected very little apart from a cheap promo movie to help boost the sales of the album. But it became a smash hit, and it stayed in the movie houses, the cinemas, for ages. And I badgered my parents, please take me to see A Hard Day's Night. So in the end, they relented, and in Weston-super-Mare, I got to see it. Oh, the place was full. Apparently, every show was full. And people, of course, went back time and time again. I only saw it once, but I've seen it many times on the TV since. Black and white as well. Absurdist, zany, wacky, fantastic music, brilliant performances. It's great. Still considered to this day to be the absolute gold standard in music movies, and kind of like the precursor of everything that followed. Uh, just like in music, the Beatles were the leaders in film as well. Fantastic. This song is brilliant. Both of the songs that we've played today went straight onto the Beatles set list for their Screamathon sessions when they tried to play music in front of hordes of screaming fans. But they loved these two songs, and they recognised how good they were. And I think they are just a little bit singular. That whip crack guitar is ahead of its time. Everything's ahead of its time with these chaps. And this is July 1964. Wow. So yes, let me know please in the comments your memories if you can remember, or your thoughts. Just tell me when you first heard this album, when you first came across the Beatles. I know our friends in the USA, it's all about the Ed Sullivan Show, isn't it? For us over here, of course, it was earlier than that. I mean, I remember November 1962 when Love Me Do came out. And at school, I was, 9? Everybody at school was already a Beatles fan, just with Love Me Do. And then it was really weird because on Boxing Day of 1962, the UK had one of the worst cold snaps ever. Uh, one of the big freeze they called it, and from um, Boxing Day 1962 till about Easter 1963, there was just snow and ice, and everything was frozen. Um, Various times school was cancelled. It was awful, except if you're a child. It was great. But all around that time, early 1963, we were all just hanging on for the next Beatles song, for the next Beatles song. And of course, Please Please Me came out very soon in 63. And then With the Beatles came out later in 63. And this was the third album. And then, of course, I think it was Beatles for Sale came on after A Hard Day's Night, Ready for Christmas in 64. Two albums a year in those days. It's no wonder they burned out and stopped touring in 65 or 66, whenever it was. Anyway, stop talking, Richard. Thank you very much for having watched. I hope you've enjoyed our nostalgic trip back to 1964 and even further to the news of their meeting in 1957. As I said at the beginning, look at our Patreon, please. There are 4 full album reviews. There are blocked tracks from YouTube, all on there. They are free to enjoy. Please go in there and let me know what you think of them, what you think of those videos, reviews, if you like. And give me feedback. I really would appreciate it. I've also messed around with the membership tiers as well to make those more affordable and enjoyable for everybody. So please take a look at the Patreon. You can also request on Buy Me a Coffee. So there's lots of things to do on Have You Heard. But most importantly, come back and see me tomorrow on our next video, which will be a Moody Tuesday video. So I'll see you then, I hope. Cheers, everybody.